So right now, President Trump is on his way to the G7 summit after reaching a deal with Iran. Trump reportedly telling the New York Times the deal will still allow Iran to continue enriching uranium for non-military purposes. Former President Obama casting doubt on how it's different from his own deal.
It is doubtful that any agreement that arises is going to be significantly different or a significant improvement from the deal that we had in the first place and had worked for a long stretch of time before the United States pulled out of it.
Let's bring in Fox News contributor Marc Thiessen. Marc, I would say this to the former president's point. The difference is that the president dismantled their military in full.
Yeah.
Of course, you got some missiles still left, and it takes away the uranium that is there. So I would say that's the key difference, right?
Well, first of all, it's the exact same deal except for 14,000 military strikes that buried their entire nuclear program under rubble so deep that the Iranians have told us that they actually can't get to it. If we want the nuclear dust, we're going to have to come in and get it. Destroyed 82% of their defense industrial base, sunk their entire navy, grounded their entire air force, and also, by the way, the Ayatollah Khamenei, Qasem Soleimani, and like the top two tiers of their leadership are dead. But other than that, it's exactly like the Obama nuclear deal.
Yeah, so tell me, there are some concerns, and let's go through the proposed deal.
Yeah.
The resumption of the traffic in the Strait of Hormuz. It ends the blockade on Iran. Negotiations around nuclear enrichment, disposal, and enrichment. That's the president saying he's going to get rid of that dust within the next 60 days. And then some sanctions release, and then the release of some of the frozen Iranian funds tied to Tehran's compliance. Okay, so, and then, of course, can't forget about the ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon.
Yeah.
What are your concerns? Because, you know, I look at it, and I said this early in the show, the president has now put Iran in a cage, and I believe he will leave them there. But there will be another president, and the question is, will they keep him there?
Yeah, so a couple of things. One, we don't know the details of the deal yet. We don't know what has been agreed to, and the nuclear part is still to be negotiated. This is just an agreement to negotiate the nuclear side. So that's one problem. Another problem is that Trump's only going to be president for 2.5 years.
Yes.
And at some point, we could have another weak president like Barack Obama, like Joe Biden, and they're not going to comply with it. And the third problem is that the Iranian regime, thanks to all those military strikes, is on its back. And a deal, even a good deal, helps them get up. Because, I mean, right now, we're opening up the strait, we're lifting the blockade. That's billions of dollars going into the Iranian regime's coffers without them having done anything. Yeah. And then apparently we're going to give them, sanctions relief and reconstruction based on performance. But that means that we're going to be giving them a lifeline to revive their regime after we had decimated it. That is a huge problem because the Iranians may comply for a short period of time, but then we're going to have a weak American president, and they're going to have gotten the money. And then there's talk of a reconstruction fund of hundreds of billions of dollars. They'll be like doing a Marshall Plan for Germany while the Nazis were still in power. So I'm anxious to see what the details of the deal are and what gets negotiated, but I'm concerned. I agree.
I'm out of time, Marc, but also that last element of the proxies. It has to be clear that Israel is not attacking Lebanon, but they are attacking Hezbollah, which is funded by Iran. And that portion, if this is included in the deal, that portion alone is going to blow this up very quickly if not handled appropriately. Thank you so much for joining the program.